PharmaVentures, experts in deals and alliances.
Welcome to PharmaVentures Insights at the 2018 Biotech and Money World Congress. There are a few ingredients that are required for a biotech startup to succeed, such as funding, experience from an industry expert, and there is a company that's providing both of these to biotech and medtech startups. Today I'm joined by Francois Martelet, CEO of NetScientific. Welcome, Francois.
Good morning, Shama.
Thank you for joining us today. Like I said, a biotech startup needs quite a few things to succeed, and you seem to bring all of them to the table for them. So you're someone who has over 20 years of experience in big pharma such as Novartis, Merck, Eli Lilly, as well as a few other biotech companies. So what brought you to NetScientific as an investor and a grower of startups?
Very good question. So basically, I was attracted by a few things. First of all, the portfolio of the companies, really disruptive technologies, game-changing ones, very exciting. Then certainly also the board, we are very fortunate to have Sir Richard Sykes, former CEO and chairman of GlaxoSmithKline, as our chairman. And as well as, the business model is also extremely exciting, because we basically are investing in early stage, game-changing technologies, and then we seed them, we grow them, we fund them, and then at one point we are envisioning an exit, either a trade sale or an IPO. The whole business model is really creating a kind of a new company as well.
And you specifically have an oncology background from your big pharma experience, as well as companies such as TopoTarget. Does that translate to the company's therapy area strategy per se?
Right, yes. At NetScientific, we have a large portfolio of diagnostic companies in oncology. I was part myself of teams who have basically developed about 12 to 13 oncology drugs. I dare to say that half of them are currently worldwide blockbusters, but certainly, if we think in the future for NetScientific, we want to add some more therapeutic molecules and therefore companies as well. So that will be another aspect of our future.
And oncology is a very hot topic these days in the healthcare industry, whether it be therapeutics or diagnostics. And there are a lot of companies out there doing oncology development. And so when it comes to NetScientific's companies, portfolio companies, what's their USP? Right.
Clearly, the fact that we are game-changing. So if I take an example, we have a glyco test, which is a diagnostic test for liver cancer. This is a unique test in the whole arena of liver cancer. And why is it so disruptive is because we have the ability to diagnose at an early stage liver cancer. And why this is so important? Because those early stage liver cancer are curables. Through surgery, you can basically patients can be back to be fairly healthy.
So we've just talked about oncology, but if there are other therapy areas or other areas in general within healthcare that you'd like to invest in the future, what would they be? What would your strategy be?
Right. So basically we are agnostic. So we don't have any particular interest or for any specific area. Obviously oncology is the largest therapeutic area in the world as of today. But however, we have also a company in diagnostics, for instance, which is also a game-changing one. That company is based in Belfast and is a small company in diagnostics that enables to diagnose at an early stage lung infection. And we know that for COPD patients and patients with bronchiectasis or cystic fibrosis, there is a need to limit the administration of antibiotics. So we have developed a very simple test called NetScienctific that enables, COPD patients to diagnose at an early stage signs of infection. So in that way, the physician can reduce the administration of antibiotics.
There seems to be an industry trend where RX and DX are coming together in the form of companion diagnostics when big pharma is developing their therapeutics. What's your view on this? Do you think it's really happening?
Yeah, this will happen down the road, obviously. It will take some time because obviously, to have a companion diagnostic to be developed currently with a drug is not that easy. Also, what is important is who's going to pay for that. So that's a big question for the healthcare providers. But down the road, yes, this will happen. And by the way, we have started in our company at a small scale to incorporate, for instance, our Proaxis technology into clinical trials with COPD or CF drugs.
Okay, and this is the company that you mentioned that was in Belfast?
That's correct, yes.
Right, okay. When you come to investing in biotech or medtech companies, is there a sweet spot that NetScientific's interested in? So size of the investment, pre-money valuation, etc. I know that you're agnostic in terms of therapy area, but if there's any other categories?
Well, we are mainly looking at having a balanced portfolio. So we don't want to have only diagnostics. We want to have diagnostic, therapeutics, eventually medtech. We have a company in California in artificial intelligence as well, which is a great area, very emerging as well. So we want to have a balanced portfolio. And why? Because we want to de-risk our portfolio fundamentally, which is, I think, the obsession of every single CEO on the planet.
So it sounds like you don't have any geographical restrictions or limitations. If you have a company in LA, California, as well as Europe, so you're geography agnostic.
Yeah, I mean, we've been mainly transatlantic because we still believe that in the US and in particular on the West Coast, it is still the epicenter of innovation, and obviously the UK as well. So for the time being, we will remain transatlantic.
It's interesting that NetScientific is a public company and you have companies in your portfolio that are looking to exit sometime soon, hopefully, by means of trade sales, IPOs, etc. And in terms of the companies themselves, they seem to have a higher valuation or market cap valuation than NetScientific itself. When do you expect your nearest exit to be, and what do you think that'll look like?
I think that's a very good point. We have so far 5 companies at a fairly mature stage. All our companies, I would say, are commercial ready. That means that all of them will generate revenues in the next 18 months. And therefore, we do believe that the one single exit, either an IPO or a trade sale, will easily outstrip the market cap, the value of NetScientific as such.
Which means it'll provide more opportunities for you to invest in other companies that have much potential as well.
Yes, and that means also to refill our pipeline, with an appropriate assets range, especially in RX, for instance.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Francois, and we look forward to seeing some great news from NetScientific.
Thank you very much as well.
For more information about PharmaVentures, visit our website.